Alright, what's going on guys? This is your boy Hazza here, and today I'm back with another YouTube video. Now this YouTube video will be on Naruto, the top 4 most OP jutsu slash techniques in the Naruto verse. So let's get right into this. So the other day I was doing some maths, like obviously I was doing all these integration shit and blah blah blah. And I just had this idea. I was like, hey, I haven't made a video in a very long time. So I was like, what can I make a video on? And I was like, hey, I watched Naruto, maybe I can make a video on that. And so I decided to do top 4 most powerful jutsus and stuff. So I sat down and literally made notes. Like, this is how sad my life is. Like, notes. I've literally got pages of notes of Naruto, literally. And basically, I'm going to share them with you. So yeah, man's got this notebook thing right here. And I'm going to get straight into it. So at number 4, we have the Flying Thunder God technique. Now this technique is basically the teleportation technique. It was first created by Tobirama, the second Hokage, and it was also used by Minato, the fourth, and he used it with his kunai knives. And I remember this one instant where Minato met the fourth Raikage, and they were about to fight and stuff, and so the Raikage was attacking Minato at his lightning speed, and Minato just teleported, and he could have easily killed the Raikage, but B stepped in and stuff. But I'll have a video up here so you can watch what I'm talking about. That technique was very OP, I think. But let's move on to number 3. 1, 2, 3. So the third most powerful one, in my opinion, was the wood release. Now the wood release was pretty average, when people like Yamato used them, because they were just like making alright stuff. There wasn't anything powerful, but then they introduced like Hashirama, the first Hokage, and he had stuff like this at his disposal, like a 1,000 handed beast. Like, what is that thing? Like this beast could literally destroy a Ninetales wrapped in a Susanoo. Honestly, like, it's unfair. And like, it's not just like Hashirama had only that. He had this like dragon thing, some like fat mollusk. I don't know what it was, but it's massive, and it was so powerful that it was like, what? How can he do that? That's not fair. Like fair enough, like using a wood release technique is rare enough anyway. Like, wood is already really powerful, but then being able to summon so many OP things is just not fair. But like, it just, like, forget Tentails. Like, he had Tentails. Like, just forget him. Just look at the 100 handed beast. It's literally, it was like over 200,000 meters high. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating there. Let's move on to number 2. So the second most powerful technique was the Sharingan, or however you want to say it. And basically this thing, like, it's the coolest thing ever. It looks so cool, like the red eyes and stuff, but it's kind of OP. And when I say kind of, I mean very OP. The basic ability of the Sharingan is to be able to see enemy movements much quicker, which allows you to counter them much better. But we can move on to like more OP things about the Sharingan, which is genjutsus. So there are a few genjutsus that are very powerful. Now these genjutsus have very difficult names. I'm gonna try pronouncing them, but I'm probably gonna fail. So if I do fail, don't be offended, okay? So the first one is the Tsukuyomi, okay? The Tsukuyomi, this is what Itachi used against Kakashi, or Kakashi. When Itachi took Kakashi to his own realm, strapped him across a cross, and he started stabbing him like constantly, and like Kakashi could not do anything about it. And obviously that's very OP, but it wasn't just that. It was like Itachi had full control over time and space itself. Literally, like, I'm pretty sure the whole attack in real life lasted like less than 5 minutes, definitely. But in that realm, it was like 3 days. So that's literally how powerful that technique was. The next one is Amaterasu, which is the black flame which can't be extinguished. So imagine like I go with my left eye, Amaterasu, to you, and you're just burning, and there's no way you can there's no way you can extinguish it. You could literally jump into the Pacific Ocean and you'd be burning. Like, that's how stupid that technique is. The next one is Shisui's ability, which is, this is probably the hardest to pronounce. I'm gonna fail, I know I am, but it is called the Koto Amatsukami, okay? And this technique allowed you to manipulate one's thoughts and feelings such that they want to change their feelings by giving them false experiences on their past. So it's like, imagine, yeah, like you can basically change one's thoughts. Like, for example, if someone used it on me and I hated one person, they could make me like them, you know. So imagine if Shisui was a real guy and he had this ability, okay? Now, how amazing would this ability be if he was alive during Hitler's time, during World War II, and he used it on Hitler himself to not do any like bad things to Jews or any other minorities, or not even that, just not even start a war. And initially, like, how sick would that have been? He would have saved like over 10 million lives, I think. But that's how OP like some of these techniques are. And we also have another technique. I can't say this, like kamui or kamui, that technique, and it was used where he basically had his own dimension. It was his own pocket, I guess. Where, imagine if like I threw a rock at you. So obviously, if I have a Sharingan, like obviously you can see my Sharingan right here. Like I would see like the rock's gonna land around here or here. You know, I could see it with my Sharingan. I'd be like, I would transport this part of my body to my own dimension while the rest of my body's still here. So it would make it look like the rock is passing through. So imagine the rock's coming like this, not Dwayne The Rock Johnson, like just a rock, okay? It's coming like this, and you can't see, but I'm going to be teleporting this area away. It's going to go through, and as soon as it goes through, I'm going to teleport this back. So it looks like I'm going through the rock when in reality I'm not. And this is basically just stupidly powerful. Like, how is that possible? How can you have, it's like having your own pocket. Like, imagine I want to sleep, but there's nowhere to sleep. I could literally just teleport to my own dimension, have a good nap, and come back. Like, it's literally so easy. Like, how can it be that easy? And we also know that they can, like, if you have two eyes, like two of them, of course everyone has two eyes, but if you have two Mangekyo Sharingans, you can summon the Susanoo. Now the Susanoo is, it's kind of unfair that you can summon a Susanoo because it's like it's a massive monster spirit thing, yeah, and like it can just attack you and like defend you, and it's like it's a huge shock for the enemy when they see one because it's so rare to see. But like, and it's really OP. Like, I remember Madara, he had the perfect Susanoo, and then somehow he had like 50 Susanoos later on. It just made no sense, but it's Naruto, so I was like, yeah, I believe you. It seems legit. And my next point with the Sharingan is that the top 20 most OP characters in Naruto all had visual powers. So, for example, Obito, Madara, Sasuke, Itachi, Shisui. You have, you know, we had, well, Kakashi was quite powerful, but not as powerful as the rest. But I guarantee you, if you took away their visual powers, so if you took away Obito's visual powers, he'd be nothing. If you took away like Sasuke's visual powers, he would still be kind of powerful, but not too powerful. And of course, Madara, he was too powerful. Even if you took away his eyes, he would destroy anyone. He's amazing. And same with Itachi. Itachi and Madara's taijutsus were just amazing. And I also want to just bring up this one point. that with his Sharingan, Sasuke was able to penetrate through to the little area. You know when Naruto and Karuma talk, where the jail is, you know what I'm talking about. There was this one scene where Sasuke was able to penetrate through into that area, which is completely unfair, not allowed to happen, because it makes no sense. You can't just come inside someone else's body. Next point, number 1, is the Yin Yang Release. Now, Yin Yang Release is stupidly powerful. I did a lot of research on this, and yeah, so it said that the Sage of Six Paths, Ricto Senyen, was literally, he could create matter from Yin Release, and he could create the matter out of nothing. So like I could make a book from just nothing, and then I could breathe life into it with Yang Release. That's literally all he did. And so if I wanted a chocolate bar, I'd be like, Yin Release, Yang Release. There's my chocolate bar found. You know, it was that powerful. And like there's this technique called the Izanagi. I don't know how to say it. I can't say these words. Okay, sorry, but I can't say these words. But this technique was used by the Uchiha quite a lot to change past events. So, for example, if I was about to die, I would change that. I would make that a genjutsu, so I wouldn't make it a reality anymore. And the opponent would think it's a reality, but it's not. And you know, you can just pretend that you're dead, but you're not. And yeah, so it's very powerful. And this technique, Naruto had Yin Release, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was Yin Release, and this allowed him to do many things. Like when Kakashi lost his eye, he was able to just touch his like eyelid, and he had another eye just out of nowhere. He just had an eye. And we also saved Guy. You know, Guy, when he opened his 8 gates, and then like I remember after he opened his 8 gates, Guy was literally ash. He was all black ash, and somehow Naruto was able to just fix him up. Obviously, like his leg, and I think his leg he couldn't fix at all because of the technique he used. But anyway, Yin Yang Release also has the ability to just nullify any effects of ninjutsu and genjutsu, so it just renders them useless. So like anything, like imagine if I'm going to do a Rasen Shuriken, like that's not going to do anything to you because I can just absorb it, you know. That's how powerful that technique is. So you can get this ability by being the Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails, or by receiving it from Ricto Senyen himself, just like Naruto and Sasuke did. But obviously Naruto got half, he got Yin, and Sasuke got Yang, so they couldn't really use that technique together to save, to be immune from any ninjutsus. So yeah, so and then we also have that through Yin Yang Release, Sasuke and Naruto were able to lock up Kaguya. You know, they had the seals in their hand, so they could literally just seal the person who had the most chakra, the progenitor of chakra. They were literally like they could seal that person up with Yin Yang Release. That's how powerful this shit is. And that's all I have on my list for the moment. Please tell me if I missed anything, or if you think the order of mine is wrong, or if I made a mistake anywhere. So please comment down, leave a like, share the video, leave a like again, and then after that leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and tell me what video to make next. But it's been Haza, guys. Peace.